Welcome to my Pooky Journey, episode 12. We have some huge updates in what's going on in my strategy, so let's get into it. Now, this strategy all stems from the last video I made in my Pooky Journey, where I was explaining the benefits of Ascension, some of the drawbacks of Ascension, and to cut it down into this short piece, Ascension makes the balls more powerful, and you can ascend the balls and make them more powerful for less cost. The downside is you need to play the game. You need to play the game more. So the downsides aren't really that much of a downside. It's going to take a little while, it's going to be a grind, but you get to play the game and you get to get all of the returns from the game regardless. But at the same time, no one's really going to commit that sort of time commitment to a long form of Ascension, except maybe they are. Maybe it's me. Is there anyone more better suited to go from the common balls to a mythic ball by just playing the game on a road to glory style? It's literally my Pooky Journey. It's literally what I have here. If you don't understand, there's actually a ball more powerful than the legendary ball you can go and buy for about, 1.4k USD. It's called a mythic ball, and the only way you can get there is by ascending 2 legendary balls. But what you could do is get 16 common balls and ascend them all the way up into a mythic ball. Now, I don't know how many people will be attempting this because it's a decent enough outlay of cash and a huge time commitment, but let's do it. And if you know me, there's gonna be a spreadsheet explaining the strategy in depth, and here we go. If you're a bit lost on the strategy, the cost saving here is $2,700 to $342. Now, that's the best possible saving. We're going to cut a couple of corners here and there across the grind to make the levels a little bit less. I'll explain it in detail later. But this is the max possible gain, so anything in between that is going to be fantastic. Whatever someone else has gone out and got that mythic ball for, we're going to do it for much cheaper. And bonus point, the ball's going to be even more powerful than theirs. If you are a little confused, maybe just go and watch the last episode. But without that, the Matic cost right now to mint is about 25 Matic or $21. You can actually level that ball up immediately to max level. That's level 40 on common balls for about $33. So together, $54 is the fair value cost of a max level ball if you wanted to go and sell it on the secondary market. But, spoiler alert, people don't know that, and they're not selling at those prices. So right now on the market, just as I'm doing this video, 27 Matic or $23, so 2 Matic above mint cost, essentially just mint cost, you can get a ball that's level 33. So you can get a near max level ball for mint cost. So people just don't know it. I'm going to go and buy this one and then I'll explain. So there we go. The purchase is complete. I'll add it to my spreadsheet. Before we add it to the spreadsheet, I've just checked it out and it's actually higher than level 33. How high can it go? Oh my. It can go to level 38 immediately for 0 Matic. Huge win. Some people, you need to understand the value of your balls, and that's a weird sentence to say, but you need to watch this channel and understand the value of the assets you're selling, and it's going to help you. So what we get here is the list of all of the balls I'm buying. These are all common balls, what level they are, and the cost associated. So you can see the Matic cost was slightly higher when I started this challenge. I've just been on holiday to Germany. So this one is probably my best buy yet, and it was just sitting on the market. It happens all the time, to be honest. Probably happened a little bit less after I put this video out, sadly. But yeah, anyway, you can see that I'm getting these close to max level balls so I can ascend them up to the rarity above. But I was thinking about it, and I don't need to get every single ball from the Premier League. The majority of them need to be from the Premier League, so that when you ascend them all up together, it will be a Premier League ball. But if I ascend a Brazilian ball and a Premier League ball, I can pick which league I want. I'll obviously pick the Premier League in that case, and I can go with that. And just now I've realised as well, if I have 2 max level Brazilian Serie A balls, I can merge them for free. I can ascend them for free. So this strategy, so far it's paying off really well. And just look at some of these costs. If you think the mint cost is roughly about $24 to $22, these costs, when you consider what level the balls are, they're actually a very good saving rather than just leveling the ball up and using my PXP and everything else. But you might be wondering, why have you gone and bought a level 0 ball? Essentially, one of the members of the channel was unhappy with the ball he got. He got an Everton ball, and I was like, well, you want Spanish League? I've got a Spanish League common that I don't use. We did a trade, and then after that trade, I was like, well, I've got Premier League ball I don't need. And I was like, do I go for the Mythic ball? And that's how we're here now. So funny how things like that can happen in life, where you do a free trade to try and help someone out, and then all of a sudden you've got a 3-year, 2-year plan ahead of you on how to get a mythic ball. But just looking at some of these levels and costs, like go onto the market and see if there's any bargains for the league you're trying to buy. Maybe in rare, I'm not checking there. Maybe in epic, there are going to be opportunities on the market. It's a free market, but it's not very active. People don't actively check, are there, discounts, or are there good value balls out there? Now on OpenSea, this is a filter I've been checking quite frequently to try and get this video running. The English Premier League, rarity common, between the max level and level 25. Like if you're at level 25, it's a decent slog. It takes a fair amount of grind on the game to get there. So I'm happy to pay a little premium. Unfortunately, pricing from low to high, there's literally none on the market. So sometimes I'll bring the level down, see if there's any, Premier League balls, because I'm going to need to get a minimum of 8 Premier League balls. I'm looking to get 10 or 12. But you can see there is one, but it's 74 Matic. If you flip back to our original calculations, a max level ball you can go and make yourself for $54. So getting, how many? $62 compared to 54 for a ball that is level 10 in this case, it's obviously just not good value. But ultimately, no balls in this rarity. So maybe I just drop off the English League. So if I cut off the English League, I can see, okay, well, I'll come down to my level and think, level 10's really low. Like you're looking for level 25 pluses really. Are there any decent ones? Okay, there's a 40 Matic ball. That realistically is going to cost 34. If this was a Premier League ball, I'd probably get it. Since it's a Brazilian League ball, haven't got much utility for them, coming up. I think I'm just going to give it an avoid. So that's the sort of scouting I've been doing on the market, and that's allowed me to pick up these good value balls. Like I said, trying to get maybe 12 Premier League balls, probably 10 would be fair. I'm going to send these together so I get low Ascension costs or no Ascension costs. Now, the only real question now is how I'm going to level up these balls, particularly the Everton balls starting on 0. I think the best way to do it is just to get each ball in the Premier League predictions. So rather than using my epic balls to predict the Premier League and how I've been doing really well, I'm going to come down to level 0. I'm going to start predicting with some of the common balls, get my XP up so I'm able to level up the balls quicker. And yeah, it just seems like the best possible option. So you viewers looking at home, you can see, well, if I came in and I got 2 or 3 common balls, how would it look for me? If I send them up, is that possible? All these different scenarios. So I'll put my predictions out and we'll see how it goes. But ultimately, going from common all the way up to legendary and then ascending them into a mythic ball, it's really got me excited for a long-term grind on this game and just going out and getting bargains off the market. Like just before I recorded this, I thought I'd check for bargains. We've got an £18 or $22 38 level ball. Like, yeah, fantastic. So just to show you what I mean, if I go into, say, the Nottingham Forest prediction, you can see that I've used the Nottingham Forest ball for this prediction and I get 379 points. If I was to use my best ball, I'd actually get 459 points. So there is a big points differential. I am slightly handicapping myself in my weekly predictions. But what I'm doing to try and balance that out is not use every bad ball or every common ball. I'm trying to mix and match them. So with my epics, merge them with my commons, I'll be playing maybe at like a very high rare ball or low epic ball standard. So that's what I'm doing. On top of that, I'm going to be adding all of my wasted stickers or stickers that need, ascending onto these different balls, including the common ones. So we're going to be grinding up literally everything, and then we're going to Ascension to glory. If you are interested in the journey and how the epic balls are doing, they're very close to max level. So we can see the one I've bought in Genesis, the originals, the top 1000s, that's level 76. I've leveled that up as much as I can. Level 70 ball on the other epic ball. At some stage, I might just skip a few levels with that, to be honest. That's probably what I'm going to do with the Everton ball as well. Since it's starting on such a handicap, starting at level 0, might skip a few levels and pay a cost. The only other thing to consider that I haven't mentioned yet is the cost of Ascension, of course. So they have updated it, so it's a little more confusing to work out. But essentially, it is the cost of the mint at the time. It's probably 10% of that. So, for example, the cost of a mint for a rare ball is 100. So to ascend to that, it's 10% of that. It's 10. If I do that 8 times, and these are all the costs, essentially. So $616 would be what it is today. But the worst part is I'm going to need to make a big impact before the 1st of December, because on the 1st of December, the Ascension cost is increasing. So that might mean, a couple of these balls that are very close to max level, like the one I bought today, for example, that's level 38. I've got another ball which is level 36 from Brazil. Yeah, so 38 and 34 from Brazil. They're both not playing at the minute. Both Brazilian leagues are close to finishing, if not finished. So I can just maybe skip a few levels on them, pay a little Matic cost, and then ascend them before the price rise. What that allows me to do is save time and save Matic. So that would be why I'm doing that. But besides that, I hope you found this interesting. Drop me a comment on how your Pooky journey is going. But besides that, all the best to you. Cheers.